Hello everyone, welcome back. Last night I made some bagel dough. So this morning we are going to make some bagels and talk about my January and February reads. This is the best part. Just go. Oh, that's too cold. That didn't actually. So, as we know, I had a baby, which means I have hardly read anything. So January was a really slow month of reading. I really only read one book. Technically, I finished my What to Expect When You're Expecting book, but I'm not really counting that. So I read one book, and that was just an ebook that I read on my phone, pretty much like as I nursed. The book that I read was called One Shot by, I believe it's Julia something. And it was one that she had actually made a TikTok about, and I thought it sounded good. It's a hockey romance. I've never really read any hockey romances. I kind of want to read more. I do like that. This one was about these two. They grew up together and were really close and kind of had like these feelings for each other, but neither one of them really like admitted it to the other. They grew up together in Austria. Her name is Petra. Her father worked for, his name is Alexander, his father, and on their like estate. And she really wants to like be together with him. I think they're like 16 and 19 at this time. Like he does too, but he wants her to get out of the area that they're in because his father's not a nice guy. And he wants her to be able to go to, I think it's Switzerland, for her like dream of skiing and stuff. His father writes a contract for her to do that, but there's a catch, and neither one of them realize it at the time. The catch is it's actually a marriage contract between the two of them. So fast forward 14 years, they haven't spoken since their like fight that took place, whatever. And Petra is an event planner, and she is in New York City for this hockey guy. He wants to throw this party because his career is about to either end and he's going to retire, or he's going to be recontracted. So he wants to throw a party, but it's actually Alexander, who she calls Sasha, since that's a Russian nickname. And did I mention that they're actually Russian? They grew up in Austria, but they're Russian. So he kind of wants to like meet up with her to tell her this and like tell her this contract, because his father just passed away, and they found the contract that is legally binding them as married, even though he thought that contract had gotten like, it didn't go through or something like that. The other thing is he needs her to kind of play into this so-called marriage because his brother and his brother's wife had died, I think like in a car accident or something, and he's in possession of his niece. And so because he's not an American citizen, stuff is kind of dicey, and he really needs this marriage to look like it's a real marriage. And so she does go along with it. And yeah, it's just really cute. I actually really liked it. It's not like a clean romance. It is a little spicy, but I really liked it. So that was January. I didn't have the focus. The January, like the first month after having a baby, is such a fog. Like I hardly remember anything from that first month. So I am lucky that I actually even read a book. And same with February. February was actually just a little bit more busy because we had a death in the family, and then we bought PlayStation 5 so that we could play Hogwarts Legacy. And so I have hardly spent any time reading. I've played a lot of Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm not mad about that at all. So, like I said, February wasn't much better. However, I did still read 2 books. One was on my phone and the other was physical. And the first book that I read, the physical book that I read, was A Court of Mist and Fury. So I actually started this one back in October. And I just didn't, I don't know, I was reading other stuff at the time. I had time to read because I was just pregnant and working. So I was reading more, but so I wasn't like reading this. And this I'm just rereading because I really just want to see connections. So I'm going to have spoilers for all 3 of Sarah J. Maas's books right here. And just probably for the rest of the video. So if you don't want spoilers, I'll see you later. So with A Court of Mist and Fury, I was highlighting and annotating like everything, which was a lot. And not just connections to the entire Maasverse, but also like just like foreshadowing in our own series, or like stuff that I like in the series, because ACOMAF is a comfort book. And so that's what I was doing with those. But after rereading A Court of Mist and Fury, I'm realizing how much I really like A Court of Wings and Ruin more. Like, that one's definitely more of my favorite, because there's just so much more that happens in that book. And with Court of Mist and Fury, like, it's a lot of character development for Feyre, which is awesome. Yeah, I hear you. Which is awesome. But I just really like the momentum and the exhilaration that I get with A Court of Wings and Ruin. So I'm excited to reread that one. Don't know when I'll get to that one, but it was fun to read that, because the other book that I read in February was House of Earth and Blood, so Crescent City 1 by Sarah J. Maas. And I gotta say, after rereading that one, that might be my favorite series that she's written. I just really like it a lot. Oh, what's going on, baby? Here you go. I don't know, I loved it. And rereading it, we were all fools. Like, she literally laid it out for us what she was doing when she wrote Crescent City. Like, other people might have picked up on it, I didn't. Like, the Book of Breathings alone, like, I just did not catch that. And I was the first time around. So, like, as I was reading this with A Court of Mist and Fury, like, reading about Bryce in the library, talking about the Book of Breathings, while I'm reading ACOMAF, where they go and get the Book of Breathing, like, it's just, how did we miss it? How did we miss it? And then talking about the, like, portals and, like, other worlds layering, they're literally spelling it out for us. It just, we were, I don't know, too hopeful. I don't know, like, we just didn't see it. I don't know. I really loved House of Earth and Blood. I think it's actually, you know what? I might even like it more than I liked Sky and Breath. The thing that makes Sky and Breath so exciting is the very end. And then just trying to more connections. But I'm going to reread that because I want to see if any more connections too. I just, Bryce might be my all-time favorite Sarah J. Maas character. She's just so human, half human. And I'm just really excited to read ACOWAR and House of Sky and Breath soon, to like just see even more connections. I've been annotating like crazy and just making notes. Sometime I should just sit down and talk about all the theories that I love and like ideas that I love for this. People are so creative, it's insane. Anyway, that's what I read February. Those look good. We got 2 chocolate chip and the rest are regular. I just want to just look at that. Look at that bagel. Well, now I gotta let them cool. Then I'm gonna eat them. But I just wanted to say March is gonna be a better month. And let me know what your favorite book of January was and your favorite book of February. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!